Hey everyone. First of all, I apologize if this goes off because the camera's been acting up lately. I don't know why. But I want to talk about something here. You know, tomorrow night, the Muppets' new TV show on ABC debuts. And so far, it looks promising. It looks funny, it looks promising, but it's not without its flaws. Flaws that have been somewhat controversial maybe in the eyes of some fans. The number one flaw and controversial topic that kind of overclouds or overshadows the show is the fact that from their perspective, Piggy and Kermit are no longer an item. And believe it or not, this has got a lot of people upset. Now, the new character, I think her name's Denise. I'm not really sure. It seems younger, seems slimmer, more attractive, and that has caused some controversy. Because a lot of people look at that as ABC saying Kermit should go for the more slimmer, attractive version instead of being with someone he's been with from the beginning. Now, I, for one, look at this whole Kermit-Piggy breakup as nothing more than a publicity stunt. I mean, the Muppets is supposed to be somewhat of a semi-fictional reality show. So like behind the scenes, kind of like a Big Brother or Kardashians kind of thing or whatever. It's supposed to be in that vein. So by breaking up Piggy and Kermit, you're not really doing yourselves any favors because one, you're going to have people against you when they see who the new girlfriend is and see the difference, if you get my drift, between her and Piggy. But you're also basically doing whatever it takes to get people to watch your product. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but when you do it at the cost of taking essentially the Jim Henson version or answer to Mickey and Minnie and saying, that's it, they're done, you're going to lose a lot of, you're not going to lose a lot of steam, but you're going to get a lot of people against you. You're going to get a lot of people hating the new direction you're going with. You're going to have a lot of people hating the Denise character. Oh, if that is her name. And I'm not saying that I think her name is Denise, if she's going to be bad or anything. Some might say, now I know some are speculating that she'll be portrayed later on as someone that's more of a gold digger. Some are probably looking at it already as that she's going to be revealed as someone that's using Kermit. But on the other hand, some might look at it from a positive standpoint and might say she's going to be the glue that gets Kermit and Piggy back together. Maybe she'd be the one that talks reason into Piggy saying, hey, this isn't why you should be with Kermit, you should be with Kermit because you care about him and nothing more. But, again, it's totally up to what we see. Now, is it going to be a good show? Who knows? But again, it's not without its flaws or its controversy. And again, separating Piggy and Kermit to gain publicity and attention for your show, and especially the way you differentiate Piggy from Denise, or whatever her name is, doesn't really do you any favors. Especially in the eyes of people that look at the fact that, oh, you're having Kermit go over to this girl because she's slimmer and trimmer, and you're basically making a degrading remark or a degrading accusation that someone like Kermit or any kind of person in his position shouldn't be with a plump girl like Piggy. And it's like, seriously? Is that what you're putting yourselves in by pulling this publicity stunt to get people's attention on your product? Maybe. But again, maybe that's the case, and again, maybe it's just to get people's attention. Maybe, and I know some people might be like, well, they shouldn't do that because that's degrading. And it's true, they shouldn't be, but in the long run, it could be, like I said, it could just be a regular publicity stunt, because let's not kid ourselves, okay? ABC's taking a chance on this Muppets Show. They're taking a chance on it, all right? They've seen the success of both movies, so they're taking a chance on this. And whether or not that chance pays off or it doesn't is totally up to the viewing audience. And again, some decisions they have made, like the breakup of Piggy and Kermit, may not be the most popular decision to gain that publicity or gain that attention on your product. But if it works because maybe in the end, maybe they're going to get them back together. Maybe that's the whole intent, to get people viewing on that product. It's like you need an anchor to anchor the show to. You need that bait. As my store manager told me a couple of days ago on how to get people to apply for credit cards, Walmart credit cards, you basically got to get that bait, that hook, to reel them in. And that's basically what's obviously happening here, is ABC is using this breakup of Piggy and Kermit to reel the fans in, to bait the fans, bait the viewers, and reel them in to watch the show every week to see exactly what happens. And if that's the case, and it leads to them getting back together, so be it. And if this Denise character, again, I think that's her name, is either going to be revealed as a gold digger that doesn't really care about Kermit and she's only in it for the spotlight, or maybe she's, the kind of character that's going to talk sense into Piggy and be the glue that gets those two back together, Piggy and Kermit that is, then fine, that's cool too, who knows. And that's not the only thing that this show is under fire about, or is being looked at with controversy about. Another controversial thing is the adult humor, which several groups, most importantly, according to one article I just read, 1 million moms, that's right, 1 is basically boycotting the show. Why? Because they pretty much don't like the adult humor that's being, in their eyes, going to be portrayed in it. The adult theme that it's going to have. Now, it's going to be a family show, don't get me wrong, but it's going to have more of the adult, it's going to have a little bit more adult humor. Now, I think what these 1 million mom, this organization has to understand is the Muppets are different when it comes to, let's say, Sesame Street. All right? Sesame Street is for the preschoolers. 1 million moms, not 1 million moms, but the Muppets, since they began, have been more of a family if not older, adult kind of portion of the Jim Henson franchise. This has been Jim Henson's these Muppets are more for the people like me. Sesame Street is more for the younger kids. Now true, you've had both sides cross over. Don't get me wrong. But again, the point is, Sesame Street is mainly for preschoolers and young kids, while the Muppets, from Kermit, Piggy, Gonzo, Fozzie, and even Denise, are more for us. And I think that's what 1 million moms doesn't see. They still look at the Muppets as being for kids. So the Muppets should be mainly a kids show. And don't get me wrong, there are Muppet shows that are aimed at kids. Muppet Babies is a good example of that. But if you've watched the movies, you've watched some of the specials, you've looked back at the early portions of the Muppets, yeah, even the Muppet Show itself, yeah, there's pretty much an indication that that is more targeted towards adults and overall families than it is just little kids. And I think that's what they need to realize. I mean, this is an organization that, from what I've read, has boycotted several Disney shows and non-Disney shows. all because of certain things they don't like in it. They boycotted JCPenney because Ellen DeGeneres was the spokesperson. They boycotted Good Luck Charlie because the parents in there, or a couple in there, was lesbian. And so on and so forth. It's like, we get the fact. We get the fact that you want to have certain programs. We get, and in a sense, respect the fact that 1 million moms want decent programming for kids. I get that. We all do. And we respect that. But what they need to open their eyes and realize about is certain things, certain shows are going to go in a direction that is family oriented, and yes, we'll have some adult humor or adult content in there that you may not agree with, but if it's in context with the show, then you gotta let it be. You can't just expect the show to be like, and that was the lesson for today. You never talk to strangers. Or, that was the lesson for today. You don't do that. I mean, yes, it's nice to have those kind of shows. But in the long run, what does it accomplish? You know what I'm saying? Besides education. I mean, this is why you have a lot of people, even to this day, upset with the fact that the FCC and any other organization around there, in their eyes, caused the demise of Saturday morning cartoons. Caused Saturday morning cartoons to end in the way we grew up, like myself, grew up enjoying. So, I think, in a sense, 1 million moms needs to step back and realize, okay, this is not Sesame Street, this is a Muppet, this is the portion of the Muppets that is more family-oriented, with adult humor and everything. We get that. These are the PG Muppets, okay? PG Muppets. The Muppets for Sesame Street, they're G. PG, G. May not be much of a big difference, but there is. That's the whole point. So, again, and again, this kind of controversy, believe it or not, helps gain attention for the show. 1 million moms may not know this, but you guys are helping gain attention to the show. You are helping the show gain more publicity and attention than you can think, and it's going to make people want to tune in more. I mean, you think the breakup of Kermit and Piggy is going to latch people on, or going to hook people on to watch the show. You guys boycotting it because of this and that, it's going to make it even more watchable by the people. It's going to make people want to tune in even more so because of your boycotting, or because of your protesting. And it's that in a sense, for 1 million moms and organizations like them, doesn't help the cause. It doesn't. What it does is it hurts it. So if I'm 1 million moms, I just step back for right now and say, okay, let's see what happens. If it does go too far, maybe then we can step in. If it goes too far, then we'll step in. If it doesn't, fine, we'll leave it be. But to me, the Muppets Show right now, controversy is its benefit. It's like Eric Bischoff says with the title of his book, controversy creates cash. To paraphrase that for the Muppet Show, controversy creates viewership. So, and attention. So, that's all I'm going to say, folks. You let me know what you think down below. Comment if you like. And I'm out.